Trove of Epstein files released by the Department of Justice overnight, including never-before-seen investigative materials and an email mentioning President Trump and Epstein's private plane. Jay O'Brien is in Washington with more on this to walk us through the new documents. Jay, good morning.
Good morning. With thousands of new Jeffrey Epstein documents dropped in the middle of the night by the Justice Department, many of them emails that have never been seen before. Overnight, under pressure, the Department of Justice releasing thousands more Jeffrey Epstein files, the most substantial dump of documents so far, including never-before-seen investigative materials. In this email from the day after Epstein was arrested on charges of sex trafficking minors in 2019, an unidentified person at the New York FBI field office already in pursuit of potential collaborators, writing, "When you get a chance, can you give me an update on the status of the 10 co-conspirators?" In a July memo, the DOJ stating flatly there was not enough evidence to warrant prosecuting any uncharged third parties. Ghislaine Maxwell is the only person to ever be charged as an Epstein co-conspirator. Other emails show prosecutors pressing repeatedly to interview former Prince Andrew, who sent a written statement and never sat down with investigators. Then this email mentioning President Trump from a federal prosecutor in Maxwell's 2020 case, writing obtained flight records reflect that Donald Trump traveled on Epstein's private jet many more times than previously has been reported or that we were aware, including during the period we would expect to charge in a Maxwell case. Trump and Epstein had a decades-long friendship, but a falling out in the early 2000s after Trump says Epstein stole Mar-a-Lago employees. Also in the thousands of documents, photos of an Austrian passport with Epstein's picture, but bearing the alias Marius Fortelny. The reams of newly released records coming as the DOJ is facing heat from bipartisan lawmakers and Epstein survivors after the department missed last Friday's legal deadline to release all of its Epstein files. President Trump yesterday asked about the dozens of photos released in previous document dumps, including at least one featuring Trump himself and several of former President Bill Clinton. Both have denied knowledge of Epstein's crimes.
A lot of people are very angry that pictures are being released of other people that really had nothing to do with Epstein, but they're in a picture with him because he was at a party, and you ruin a reputation of somebody. And so a lot of people are very angry that this continues.
In a statement yesterday, a Clinton spokesperson accusing the DOJ of using, quote, selective releases of Epstein documents to imply wrongdoing where there isn't, and challenging the department to immediately release any remaining materials mentioning or showing Bill Clinton in these files. Now, what's been released so far only represents a fraction of the hundreds of thousands of Epstein files that the DOJ has. They promise to put out more in the coming days and weeks, Janae.